Welcome back to another video, and yes, another video. I'm uploading again. With the Six Nations getting ever closer, and with all the teams having been announced, their squads, the buzz is real. Let me know what you guys think of each squad, and which players are the biggest shocks, and which you think should be in, which have been left out. So this means we're even closer to Fantasy Rugby. This week's video is my top 5 tips to start the Guinness Six Nations Fantasy Rugby. Lots of you guys may be new to this, so I'll try to help you all out. And for the more experienced fantasy players, you can see if my tips are valid, and maybe you can suggest other tips down in the comments that you think will be useful for others. So let's get into the tips. Always check the team sheet. Yes, it sounds basic, I know. Usually the team sheets come out 2 days before the game, so for Saturday games they usually get released Thursday afternoon, and for Sunday games, Friday afternoon. You can literally search in Google for the teams, or I use Instagram and follow all the Six Nations sides. Of course, you don't want to put any unused players in your team, so checking the starting teams before the weekend is a really easy way to boost your points. This also works well for super subs. Check to see who's on the bench and who can make the biggest impact. I'll be bringing videos out before the weekend of every round showing you what team I'll be using for the upcoming weekend. So turn notifications on and don't miss out. Target Italy. It sounds very savage, but it has to be done. Italy are by far the weakest team in the competition, and their track record proves that they will be punished by all the other teams. The reason why we target Italy is because teams playing against them will usually score the highest points due to the size of the victory and the likelihood that lots of players will score. For example, if I see Reece Zammit against Italy or Johnny May against France, I'll be leaning more towards Zammit as he has the easier fixture. Even though May can get some tries, Zammit against Italy just sounds more appetising, don't you think? Captain Outsidebacks. Now you're probably wondering, why? Well, in the Six Nations Fantasy you get points for meters made, and the players who get the most meters are outside backs, like wingers and fullbacks. Now I know you also get points for tackles etc, but meters made are a lot easier, especially a fullback for example. And not to mention, outside backs have a higher probability of scoring tries. I believe it's a safer bet to captain outside backs because of their chance to score and make meters. Another captain option I look out for is the hooker. In today's game, hookers are always on the end of driving lineouts, leading to easy tries, so never count them out either. Look out for out of position players. So how will this help you? Out of position players can be useful, as I've just explained about outside backs being of high importance. If a player is categorised as a centre in the fantasy game, but in real life he's playing on the wing, then he's likely to get more meters and hopefully more tries. Think about Elliot Daly. He was categorised in the game as a centre, but in real life he was actually playing fullback, where he could score plenty of tries and did in fact run loads of meters. So keep this in mind. Pick a good super sub. I touched on it earlier, but many forget that you have the option to pick a super sub. This means that whoever you pick as your super sub gets triple points, as long as they start on the bench in real life, and come on of course. So pick wisely, because this could be a real game changer for how you place in the leagues. So think about who has good fixtures, good positions, and who is likely to come on the pitch for the longest amount of time, so that they can get the most points as possible. So that's a wrap, and that's the end of the video guys. That's been my top 5 fantasy rugby tips. I hope you found it useful and can put these into practice. Let me know if you're going to be playing this year's Guinness Six Nations Fantasy. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you very soon in the next one.